Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Sunday, September 22nd, 2019. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can also follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat and visit my website at otakushowboat.com. You can help support Pyanodon at patreon.com/Pyanodon and myself at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat. I'm an affiliate now! Yay! I've gotten above the magical value of 3 viewers average across all stream time for the past 30 days. Yay! It's happened! It's finally happened. Thank you so much for helping support that and for showing up onto the streams. So today's question of the day is, what are your emote ideas? I have a, placeholder emote currently. I don't think it's gone through yet. It's been approved quite yet. It is based on the concept of non-zero. It is basically the word zero with a big circle and a slash through it. For just say no to zero. No to zero, non-zero. That is the theme of this initial emote. I'm just going to pull up my little affiliate info to see that yes, it is still pending. I did submit that on Friday, so I'm expecting maybe sometime this coming week, maybe by the next stream, it shall be available. That would be fantastic. So, let me know what the ideas are for those. And as you can see down here, there is another bar. That bar is the number of sub points required to get the next emote slot available to all subs. However, I do need to have some ideas for the two higher tiers of sub, the $9.99 and the $24.99 sub tiers, because as an affiliate, I get access to one emote for everyone, for subscribers. For every subscriber, I get one for the $9.99 and one for the $24.99. So 3 technically in total. But to get additional $9.99 or regular $4.99 subs, to get additional emotes for that, I need to get up to first 15, and then I think it scales up every 15 from there, something like that, up until all the way up till 50 sub points is the maximum number for emote slots for affiliates. After that, when you get to be partner, you'll have an additional emote slot by default. Once you hit partner, you get an extra 6th slot for emotes, and then it continues to scale at 75 or 60. I forget how many sub points you need. It's all available online for what that info all is. But it is September right now, which means as well that any new subscribers are able to subscribe for half price at the standard tier level. So bear that one in mind. Give it a thought going forward. I have a goal down below that, which is to fix my lighting so we don't get shadow crap behind me anymore. That would be ideal. However, I will note as well that bits and subs only pay out after accruing to $100, and then it's 45 days after the end of the month that accrues $100. So bear that in mind. If by some fate of chance one were to get, or I were to get 100 from bits and subs before the end of September, that payout is mid-November. So it's a big wait, and it's like this across the board across YouTube. If you didn't realize or know this as a thing, but the payout wait time is 45 days after the end of the month that accrues $100 in total. You don't just get the cash immediately. Patreon is a lot sooner, and then direct tips are immediate. So do bear in mind that even though I'll be shoving any income I get from this into the lighting setup at the moment, just bear in mind that I won't actually see it if it's through bits or Twitch subs until mid-November minimum. If it's all dependent on getting up to 100, and then 45 days after the end of the month where it accrues 100. So I may not see it for like half a year, basically. So definitely, or longer. So definitely bear that in mind. And then also, as an affiliate, technically, in order to stay an affiliate, you need to accrue $100 a year over the course of a full year. That's what you've got. So hopefully, we'll keep growing, and things will be awesome, and I will be able to stay an affiliate. Don't worry if you can't help, but otherwise, if you can, great. Fantastic. I really appreciate it. So some things have changed because of this, obviously. If you hover over the video of the stream, if you are watching on Twitch live, you may notice a few things that are different if you hover over. There are some components that have been added, as well as an overlay. This setup, first up, I've added Stream Legends to the stream. Yay! You can now build the guild or whatever. You can contribute to a completely imaginary clicker type game thing that's associated with the stream. It is both in a panel below the stream thing, as well as has an option for the overlay on the stream, because I don't have any better overlay option for the stream. So the way extensions work, the way that extensions work on Twitch for streaming is you have one slot for an overlay, whatever overlay you want, you have one. You also get, I don't know how many extra like components that exist purely in the side section when you hover over the Twitch stream. I don't know if that actually has a limit. I guess it might not. I would hope not, but it might. And then you get panels below the stream, which you are limited to precisely 3. You can only ever have 3 panels beneath the stream, which is why I sort of rearranged like the follow thing that I had underneath into the component section. I had to move it because I wanted the panel underneath, because you're limited to 3. So I've added Stream Legends. I've also added sound alerts. Yeah, so if this isn't done correctly, it can lead to, shall we say, rather annoying consequences. I guess part of it is to be annoying, but otherwise, so sound alerts. You can spend bits to make a sound happen on the screen. I believe that you do have the ability to preview the sounds yourself prior to doing a bit thing that goes through me that I then... So it plays on my end, and on my end it goes through the rest of the stream. So it will be heard by literally everyone. but you're spending some bits for that. I don't get all of those bits. For reference, it is an 80-20 split in my favor. So the developer of that extension gets 20% of bits for that. So just an FYI as well. But there's a small selection of different sounds that you can forcibly make everybody listen to. They are approximately priced based off of how annoying and how long they are by my definitions of annoying and length. So the shortest little bytes that are like incredibly short, those are like 50 bits, which is like 50 cents. And then it scales up to there where there's one that's 1,000 bits, which is $10, which is literally I think it's a sheep scream. I think it's sheep. I forget actually. It's a meme. It's a scream by an animal that will be that will happen and might scare me. It's topical for the month of going into October, right? With Halloween. Yeah, that's a thing coming up. So yeah, you can totally spend $10 to scare me while I'm concentrating on something else in the middle of the playthrough of Factorio. So you can do that. There's also like the death chimes from Super Mario Brothers, I think, as well as Donkey Kong Country in there. Of course, there's "Hey, listen" among them, and a few other random little things. So that's a thing that's been added as well. Let's see, what else? What else? Oh yes, there will be on the top corner when there's a sound alert, there will be an alert up in this top corner, and then whenever an event through Streamlabs happens now, there's going to be an event list that shows up. That will be the last 5 events to happen. That's follows, tips, subs, all of that stuff. So those are gonna now have their own list that stays for 30 seconds. So whenever something new comes up, you'll get that whole list again. I think that having it only last for about 30 seconds will help with keeping the overall UI relatively clean for the experience. I don't like people who just have this list up on the side and then it just stays there the whole time. And if nothing's happening on that list, then why keep it there? Anyway. All right, so outside of the stream stuff and the fact that I am now an affiliate, there's been lots of updates to the Pyanodon mod suite. And in fact, I'm just going to see here. Okay, good. So an issue has now been fixed. That was very important because it was preventing me from actually playing the game. Although I did like do a fix for myself for this issue. So first off, we'll start with the small stuff. Limestone tiles have been darkened. Okay. The Kimberlite processing chain now yields double diamonds at the washing stage. This is amazing. It was definitely required. Yes, he darkened limestone tiles. He's also doubled the output of washing at Kimberlite, which is the very final step in the full Kimberlite chain, which is also amazing. Also, the gold plate output from the gold chain by processing chromium gold split has increased from 1 plate to 4 plates per cycle. Yes, that's right. It went from 1 to 4 on that cycle. So yeah, that's a big boost to the gold output, and it was required. I specifically had talked about this the other day about how the output for the gold processing chain was like 1 plate for a 15 per second of chromium in, somewhere around those lines, 1.4-ish. So now it's significantly better, more in line with what you would expect at that point in the game from processing silver, I'd say. I think it's still more silver than gold, which it should be. But yeah, the gold is now significantly better balanced, and you don't have to do the particle accelerator for gold anymore. That is now completely optional. I no longer will recommend doing particle accelerator gold because the output's now balanced well on the standard method. However, that does mean that you have to go through purple science to get the gold to unlock that processing chain first. You may still do a little bit of particle accelerator gold if you want some before purple science. So if you're using like Bob's modules, which you can totally do for reference, you can totally do Bob's modules with Pyanodons. It works fine. However, you do need gold for the gold contacts for the modules. So you won't be able to actually start using modules until you can do particle acceleration for gold to get it at earliest. That is the earliest you will be able to get access to modules if you're using Bob's modules with Pyanodons. But anyway, that was the thing. And then the huge game changer that's happened is now the Mark 2, 3, and 4 buildings have been added to PyFusion Energy. What does this mean? Well, this means that as soon as I load into the game, every single one of my PyFusion Energy buildings is going to disappear. Yeah, because I don't think that the migration is working right on it. And then also, there's this setting that's been added. It's now part of Pyanodons where you can adjust the module slot counts on buildings. So, and that's the part that was causing issues with me just before the stream started. That's why I played a longer song at the beginning, because I was delayed a little bit because PyCroll processing wasn't loading, and I had to fix that. So hopefully this is completely fixed now with 145 or 145, because there was an issue with that setting as well. Yeah, so the way that it's been coded is that all of the original recipes for the buildings have had the little -MK1 appended to the end of the entity names, which means that because the buildings that exist, because that building that doesn't have that MK1 appended to it no longer exists, that entity no longer exists, that means every instance of that entity is now removed. It gets culled. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. I think that Pyanodon attempted to do a migration to prevent that, but failed. Oh yeah, I've also added the renamer mod. So the issue with the reason why he needed to change it to the MK1 is because it had something to do, I think, with because of the way that he's implemented the Mark II, 3, and 4. It's a search and replace. Basically, like that's like the simplest way that I can explain how he's implemented the Mark II through 4 machines. He hasn't gone in and individually coded each Mark 2, 3, and 4 machine. He's searched for every machine that has that -MK1 in PyFusion Energy and is replacing it with -MK2, -MK3, -MK4, and then is searching for every machine that's -MK2, add these ingredients, or set the recipe to include these ingredients. Anything that's 3, set the recipe to anything that's these ingredients, as well as set the number of module slots to whatever the base is +1 or whatever, and set the crafting speed to whatever the base value is +1, +0.5, or whatever. So all of the recipes will look pretty identical. It will require the previous version of the machine and then a very specific set of ingredients that is the same across the board for every Mark 2, 3, and 4 building. So I have added the renamer mod as well to this. Now what that does is it allows you to change the names of every building type that has names, which means that if I do get subscribers and if I do get people becoming patrons on Patreon, I can have a nice list of all of those people and stick their names in on various buildings like the science labs and such for Factorio. So that is another thing to do. So when I load, everything will break. I think, unless he's snuck in a better fixed version of the migration code. This is going to take a while because this is a lot of buildings that are being called. Removed entities, 59 agitators, 132 automated screeners, 4 centrifugal pans, 1 compressor. I need to make notes here, by the way. Today's going to be a lot of, like, fixing, I guess. I wanted to continue with the Rayon, but 59 agitators, 132 screeners, that's... ugh. 4 centrifugal pans, 1 compressor, 5 gas seps. Yeah, holy crap. Oh, and for reference, every single building that was making these things in my mall also has had their recipes reset. So, oh wait, I'm noting the wrong things. So it's removed those entities as well as the items. So everything that I had in storage as well, I think. I actually don't know how to read this. Is it the removed items that are the things that have been placed, and then the entities is just everything that is? I don't know, something along those lines. Oh god, it removed all my vacuum pumps too. Holy crap. 14 hydro cyclone. Wow, so that means that there's now a Mark 1 through 4 vacuum pump. Interesting. Very interesting. So let's see. 9 jig, 79 mixer, 1 NMF. I'm trying to parse what that actually is. 26 secondary crusher. Yeah, entities I think is the placed buildings, and then items are the ones in storage. Yes, I think that is true. Secondary crusher, 12 thickener, 301 vacuum pumps. And then it removed all of these recipes. However, yeah, and it removed the items from my inventory too. We now have access to... Oh, and there's new icons as well for all of these, which is awesome. Very, very nice. Very, very interesting. Which means I now have to memorize a whole bunch of new icons. Where is the pump? There it is. Pressure pump. I will need a lot of you. So across the board, the new Mark 2, 3, and eventually 4 items. I currently don't have the Mark 4 recipes. But the Mark 2 items are going to need 10 Circuit 2s, 15 Nextlit plates, 15 Duralumin, and 10 lead. That is across the board. Every Mark 2 is going to need them. Looks like we also get Mark 2 through 4 of the buildings needed for something. I think, aren't the Zippos the vanadium chain? That would be great if those are the vanadium chain, as well as the Kamouts are involved with stuff. So yeah, basically everything. Not not the bioreactor though. That's not here, as well as not the phytoplankton farms. Of course, all of this is subject to change. It's all in testing right now. It's I can pretty much guarantee that the values of things are going to change, and we may not have some of these items at some point, but we shall see. Anyhoozle, literally every one of my processing chains is now broken. Yes, I can make the Factorio screen big. I was very busy doing other things. Very busy being distracted by, oh hey, everything is now broken. So let's see. Yeah, all of this stuff is gone. Every single one of my mixers. All of my drilling fluid 2 mixers, all of my drilling fluid 1 mixers, all of my washers, all of my... No, not all of the washers or soil extractors. These are all fine. It's the mixers that are gone. Yeah, that's the other thing, is now I have to remember what went where. Oh, hi. Wait, what? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Ahem. La di 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 da. Let's put that back. Thanks. It seems that I cut and paste that. It would appear as if I had cut that last time. Yeah. That's not good. That's not good. Anyway. Let's see. How am I going to go about this? I need to... Well, here's the other thing. Not only do I need to replace everything that I have that's now gone, I can technically start upgrading it into the Mark II variations of all of these things. So, in one sense, it's really, really bad that a lot of those processes are broken. I have to basically go and replace everything with, like, the Mark I stuff at first, and then I can upgrade to Mark II. I have to go pretty much in order. I've got pretty good stockpiles of resources currently, and I'm not spending anything on research at the moment, so pretty much everything is already going into just stockpiles of stuff. But what I need to do is get things back online in the order of necessity, which we shall see what I'm running out of first, because, yeah. Do I remember which recipe I chose for organic solvent early game when I first made niobium? I think it was the, It is right... Where was it again? I'm pretty sure I added... It was organic solvent here out of the activated carbon and bone meal and aromatics. That's the one I chose in the early game. This is the one that is running... Oh, no, actually, I think this is the one that I set up here. I'm pretty sure it was a bone meal aromatics at the start. I think it was bone meal aromatics. Or what I did, I think what I actually did at first was I took the output of my fiberboard pulp mill, that little tiny trickle, and I used that. Because fiberboard, as one of its, on the initial fiberboard recipe, as one of its byproducts is organic solvent. As you can see. As well as like black liquor and tall oil, but yeah, I sort of just had siphoned off the organic solvent from here initially as well. So that was a thing. Anyway, time is sort of the essence now. Yeah. Time is sort of the essence. And I need to find buildings that are empty and try to think about what was where. Alright, so obviously all of these 4 were things. I just have to remember what. So what of these involved lamps? Secondary crushers and thickeners. I think this was the thickener. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were the thickener. Pretty sure that's correct. You don't have any Logi requests, so you are the Mark IV slots. You are a Mark IV. That's the other thing, is I need to... Oh boy. Because I already had empties for Mark IV stuff. Alright, you... I need to go... Okay, well, clearly, you... are something that needed classifiers. Which means you were the Hydrocyclone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find a spot and just place sets of 3s to do the Mark II, the Mark III, the Mark IV upgrades of everything. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Mark IV. Those are Mark IVs. You are Mark IV. You don't have your thingies. Alright, you are a thing. You needed ground borers. That would be grease tables. Yes, that would be grease tables. And then you need washers and 8000L tanks. That would be mixers. You are plain. Uh-oh. That's gonna be a pain to figure out. Because it could be basically anything. Melamine? Ah, melamine. That means this was agitators. Yes, this was agitators. There's generally a key ingredient on these Mark 1s that indicates what they are, which I'm very, very thankful for, cough cough, that these things exist. All of these are like further belts. Let's see here. Those are Mark 4s. You are Mark 4. You. Alright, you're basic stuff with lamps. Okay, basic stuff with lamps. That means you are probably the secondary crusher. You have a productivity module in you. You're like for the Mark IV, okay, of the electrolyzers. Just keeping an eye on anything without a recipe that has stuff in requester chest. That is what I'm looking for here. Anything that needs a requester chest, that is... Alright, so here, right here, you are the very, very important... Wait a minute. Yes, you would be the screener? No, you're not the screener. Oh boy. You are just iron, steel, pipe, and parts. Iron, steel, pipe, and parts. That means you are the pressure pump. Where's my spot that I had the automated screeners? Was it not among all this stuff up here? I guess not. Those are Mark IVs. Huh. Is that it? I don't remember putting an automated screener. You. You use assembling machine 2s. You are jigs. It broke PyBlock, the new update. Yeah, I would imagine so. King Arthur, by the way, is responsible for some of this. Just as an FYI. King Arthur did do some of the coding on this. Initially. Let's see. So blame him for some stuff. They broke their own mod. Where the hell are my screeners? That's Mark IV. That's Mark IV. Here, let's go into the map view. Try and decipher the stuff. Those are Mark IVs. Those are Mark IVs. You. Alright, you are tailings ponds. Okay. Who here uses tailings ponds? Centrifugal pans. As well as the niobium pipe. Yep, you're the centrifugal pans. I still haven't found my stupid screeners yet. Which is, like, among the most important. Or at least I don't... If I did, it slipped my mind. Alright, these are Mark 4s. You're a Mark 4. 4, 4, 4. 4, 4. That's a Mark 4. You. You thar. Ha! Yeah, so, biters. Never a good idea. Alright, this thing uses mining drills. Mining drills, mining drills, mining drills. Whoa! That enclosure uses assembling machine 3s. Okay, you're not going to be getting that until circuit 3s. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Mining drills. That would be the screener! Huzzah! We found it. Found the screener! Now, I think that's everything. We got the agitator, the secondary crusher, the thickener. I didn't do a gas processing unit. I don't think I've done the gas processing units yet. Automated them yet. Found the hydrocyclone, found the pressure pump, the screeners, the centrifugal pan, the compressors, the jigs, the grease tables, and the mixers. So I think I've gotten all of it now. I think we're better. We're good now. I hope. I hope and I pray that everything is back the way it was. What is an NMF? Nanomaterial Factory. Oh, boy. There was one of those. Oh, crap. That's my aramid. That's my aramid. Oh, boy. That's my aramid. Yeah, you. I don't think I was already doing automated nanomaterial factories quite yet. So, now we are. Now we're doing automated nanomaterial factories. That's actually very reasonable. Yeah, because that's my aramid. Right there. Gone. It's disappeared. At least most of... Okay, so we've still got the phosphoric moving, so I don't need to address that. I do need to address, yeah, this right here on iron. This is a line of screeners. Evaporators? I forget what was here. Oh, and then of course all of this. Oh boy. All of this. Right in here. These guys. To actually make pulp 1. Yeah, that's a thing. Have to do the same thing all the way over here. With this iron processing and my lead processing. My lead processing, which is somewhere. Of course, need lots of mixers. Can I now request my mixers? Yeah, I can request my mixers now. Those are the Mark 1s, though. Remember what I also had said about also being able to set up the Mark 2, 3, 4s. Yeah, biters with PySuite, not a particularly wonderful idea. Not a particularly wonderful idea. In fact, biters in general, not a particularly wonderful idea. Straight up. Just biters, period. Not a wonderful idea. Should not have been added to the game, period. Flat out. Adds 0, only detracts from the experience. 0 out of 10. Would not use again. Yeah, I just do not use biters. Period. I would never use biters. Are these actually on their way? Oh, hey, look, it happened, Mr. Tao, or whatever. Now I have to remember what the frickin' alignment was on all these. Joy. That? No. Was this, like, off kilter? I think this was off kilter. No, it wasn't. Alright, sure. Fine, be that way. I'm also going to need, like, every single one that I've ever made. Yeah, that would be, most ideal. Yeah, there. And there. And there. And there. And there. Just to get that, going again. I think the graphics have changed a little bit as well on these buildings. It would not surprise me to see more yellow on all of the new Mark 1 buildings. So all of these brand new, quote-unquote brand new, Mark 1 buildings. You need copper, right? Copper's probably not moving either. Yeah, so let's get all this going again. You'll have to excuse me because I think that this entire stream is going to be devoted to just this. Just this type of fixing. Yeah, that's correct. Unless Pyanodon does pop in and say, hey, I've totally fixed the migration so that it actually loads in which case I would absolutely do that. Yeah, King Arthur has said now on the Discord, the community Discord, that the removed entities should not have happened. So yeah, that's a thing. We're gonna keep going through it. That's like one of the most annoying things that a mod author can do is, you know, update a thing that kills all the entities and makes you have to do this. That is one of the most annoying things. I think this is... that's accurate. That's accurate. That's accurate. And that's accurate. Okay. Well, at least the recipe here for these is simple enough, and I have all the stuff for it that, yeah, it's just, yeah, they came pretty quick. They came pretty quick on that, and yeah, now the drilling fluid is moving again. A bit. Also, I like all this sand. Like, this is a lot of sand. This is a lot of sand. Each lane is 30 per second. As we slowly but surely keep adding more and more stuff to this to get it to move again. Note that I did put provider chests here. I shouldn't, but it'll be fine. Maybe. Maybe it'll be fine. That's... okay. Okay. There was a name there that reminded me of a streamer that I watched a while ago. Arctics. This one's Arctics9? I don't think it's the same person. It might be, I don't know, but I did used to watch Arctics as a streamer. Gosh, that was a little while ago. When I got into Bless Online. God, that was a train wreck of a launch. I basically swore off ever really getting into MMOs after that launch. I really just can't anymore on the MMOs. Alright, so they should be bringing me, like, all of these as they get made, but what I'm going to do is start requesting these stupid automated screeners. And then I have to get into doing all that replacement as soon as these guys start showing up. Oh boy, that's not a lot. I might have to allocate my resources for this. Reallocate my resources for this. In the meantime, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the GitHub for Pyanodons. Specifically on PyFusion, because I think that's where the code update was for the migration script. I think I might know what happened. Ooh, I know how to fix this. Okay. I'm going to put a 0.1 here, just in case, because I think... yeah, I think I know how to fix this. I think I know what the problem is. Maybe. Let me see here. I think I know what this is. What is the current version of PyFusion Energy? That's it. Right there. Okay, I got it. So, here's what's happened. The mod was updated to 1.42, but the migration script name, it remains 1.41, not 1.42. So I don't think that the game is running the 1.4.1 migration script because it's now 1.4.2, not 1.4.1. So that is, fortunately, a very, very easy fix. I will bring up my mods folder. I will extract PyFusion energy, 7-zip, extract to folder. I'll go ahead and remove the zip file just in case. The PyFusion 1.42 migrations. Yeah, so Pyanodon added a migration script for 1.42, but did not include oh, that's fusion.json. Why? That didn't even end up. Wow. That file didn't even end up in this version. Okay. All right. Sure. So the actual migration script stuff didn't even end up here. Wow. Okay. When did that happen? I'm just looking at the change logs. So on the GitHub page, PyFusion 1.4.2.json with the migration stuff exists, but as you can see here, it didn't end up in the release version. So it didn't end up in what was released in the zip file. Okay, how did that happen? I wonder. So if I go to the code and I go to migrations, yeah, 142.json exists. Save, please, like, download this. Please, like, let me download the zip of this repository, this whole repository, so that I can take this migration 142 and shove it into that. All right, let's load the game up again. Let's see if that does anything. Okay. Load the game. Load this. Now at least spend an hour doing nothing. Let's see if that does anything. And no, I don't think it's done anything. Well, that's sad. Or is it? Is it going to have deleted all the entities? If it deleted all the entities, fine, I'll just load the other save. But, here we go. Here we go! It deleted all the vacuum pumps, and that is it. Hello! That is amazing. Ah, but you know what? You know what I can do? Hold up. Alright. I'm on a mission now. I'm on a mission now. Let us go into the mods folder yet again. Open up the... Yeah, I want to open up this. I actually want to show this. So I'm gonna exit the game so that I get the vacuum pumps. I'm gonna exit the game so I get the vacuum pumps, and I'm going to go into my studio here, and I'm going to turn on my display capture. Show the display capture. So this is what exists currently. I need to add into entity and item entries for vacuum dash pump, comma, vacuum dash pump dash MKO1, and I need to do a comma there. Copy, comma, jump there. And then save that. So, this theoretically will take care of the vacuum pump that is now the issue here. So let's get back into the game and load it up, and then the vacuum pumps should work, ideally. It appears as if the migration.json was not included with what was released onto the mod portal for PyFusion. It's also missing an entry for the vacuum pump. There we go. I have now pointed that out on the Discord. What is improved appearance again? Added support for selecting random names from nameless. Okay, that's cool. Renamer is getting amazing features here. So let us load again. 79. This will mean that everything for the past hour is like pointless, but we did figure things out. Things have been figured out, ideally. So many things have changed for today for the Pi Fusion. There we go. Allah frickin' Luya. No more. No having to replace things. The migration is now working. So, yeah, that's a thing. I don't even know if Pyanodon... Yes, Pyanodon is online in there. What about King Arthur? Doesn't look like King Arthur's online, but it... Yeah. Anyway, Pyanodon's there, so you should probably be seeing this. So, lots of things changed. The entities have been changed. This is the point of that migration.json, is that it migrated what was the old recipe to the new, or the old entity to the new entity, and the old item to the new item. Okay, that is a major relief. Like, major relief. However, I still need to do something very important, which is to, oh god. Wait, what? Oh, right, another migration thing going on for the Realistic Wars mod. Yeah, you go there. That's the one fix that I needed to make going into this. Alright, let's go do that. Cool. Hey, my Mark II buddies are doing their thing. Alright, okay. So now let's actually play the game. Oh boy. Now let's actually play the game. So I should have access to all the Mark II recipes, so now I have to find a spot to actually build out the Mark II recipes. I don't have to change a thing. All of the recipes on the machines should have migrated over just fine. I hope. I hope. Although, oh, you know what? No. All the recipes are gone, so I think I still have to go through and set all the Mark 1 recipes again. So, here we go again, for setting the recipes. That migration script just changed the entities. It did not migrate the actual recipes over. So, anyway. Oh, King Arthur's responding on the Discord. They're typing. What will King Arthur have to say? He says it was included, it's just not working for some reason. I literally opened up the zip file I have that I Alright. The zip file. There are no .json files in the actual mod as downloaded in-game. Downloaded from updating in-game. The actual mod in the migration folder I had to download the repo and grab the .json and stick it in the migration folder for the mod in my mods directory. After extracting the zip file, it all works now. I also had added the entry to migrate the vacuum pump. I had to download the repo and grab the .json and stick it in the migration folder for the mod, and that is true. That is exactly what I've just done. Because the .json isn't there on what was released. Anyway. This is, confusing, but anyway. let us go and actually do things. I'm getting a little bit like annoyed now, but everything should be fine. I have to go and we'll take care of these recipes and uh, on the buildings for the Mark 1s, or I may just say screw it, leave them empty and just set up a block of 1 through 4 for all of these. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. I think I will actually do that because I'm going to want to keep things. Yeah, so all of the recipes still reset here. Okay, what I'm going to do instead of doing what I did earlier is go over and grab all of these. Mark 1s should be fine on all of this, and then find a spot. Good luck with that, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, actually, good luck with that. Probably all the way up here. I think right in here and out. That should be fine. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, let's go ahead and get the thingies here placed. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. And then copy. And paste. 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 Then paste again. I'm going to keep pasting over and over and over again. Until I have copies of every single building. There. There. Oops. There. Alright, what are you gonna be? Agitators, nanomaterial, secondary crusher, thickener. Perhaps I should do the GPU, but hydrocyclone, pressure pump, automated screener, centrifugal pan, compressor. Excuse me? Oh. Alright, bring me some stuff. Bring me stuff. This. Bring me some of this. Oh, there's nothing in storage. Or I'm not on the network. Alright, let me go grab some stuff. If I can find my car, which has the stuff. Car with the stuff. Car with the stuff. Car with the stuff. This stuff. Yes. It worked after manually adding it. The recipes disappear from machines, but that was expected. Making the buildings prior, but that was expected. Since they didn't do like migration of the recipes either, they probably could have done a migration on the recipes, similarly to how they did it with the entity and the item, but because they didn't do it to the recipe, saying, hey, this recipe is now the Mark 1 recipe, it meant that every machine loses the recipe. Let's see, I got all the way up to compressor, got this, kill off these, kill off that too, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. Okay, let's see here. Paste this, and that, and that. Whoops. Yeah, alright. After compressor comes jigs. Oh, I'm totally out of factories. Uh-oh. Alright, well, how about I just remove... I'll steal these. So I don't need the Mark 4s. I technically don't need the Mark 3s. Yeah, King Arthur just said that I should be able to add the recipes to it. Missing the recipes is not as annoying as everything else. Oh, they stole the things. Oh, they stole my things. I'm just taking the line of the Mark 3s as well, just to have more buildings. Since I can't even make the Mark 3s yet, let alone the Mark 4s, may as well make better use of my machines. So this was the jig. This will be the grease table. And then I need to landfill this. And then I will pretty much just copy what I have here, paste it down, reset that recipe, and make it into the mixers, and then the mixer Mark IIs, and the Mark II grease table, the Mark II jig, the Mark II compressor. Oh, that's such a better... Oh, that's such a good icon for the compressor. Yeah, that clearly indicates what it is. Very clearly indicates what it is. Like that one I understand fully. Yeah, hydrocyclone. Thickener. Thickeners looks really, really similar to the Tholen atmospheric extractor. It's like the reverse of the Tholen atmospheric extractor. I can see myself mixing up these icons between this and this. I mean, yeah, it on the face of it, if you are looking at it, like analyzing it, yes, they are completely different from each other, but they still involve lines going out radially from a point. It's just this one's from the bottom and 3 circles going up, and this one is basically the sun shining rays down. That's this icon. By the way, I literally just parsed in my mind exactly what this icon is. It's the sun with sun rays going out. But really all that my brain sees when I look at this is 4 lines out. Here my brain is going to see 3 lines out is what it's going to see. But anyway, yeah, so I can see myself confusing that with the Tholen atmospheric extractor one pretty consistently, but it's going to be with the rest of the fusion energy stuff, so I should be able to keep it straight. I should be able to keep it straight. Now to actually set the recipes. And then I have to, of course, bring over an additional thingy. You are unfortunately not in line there. What am I going to do here? I need charging stations. You're going to line up right there. A whole bunch of charging stations. Oh good, you placed that quick. You placed that really quick. Ah, and you're placing those quick, too. Excellent. Ah, right, I need to, of course, make sure that I have all of the limiters in place. All of the output limiters. I'll go ahead and do the same limit on the Mark IIs. There's my pressure pumps. Oh, that's going to be so glorious. I really wanted pressure pumps, actually. Like, I did not realize I wanted these in my life, but I absolutely want these in my life. These Mark II, pressure pumps and pans and mixers. Of course I want Mark II mixers. Holy crap. Oh my god, the implications of this. So now that we're through all of the, like, migration stuff, issues by doing this manually, and have sorted things out, have set up the production of the Mark II stuff, let's actually now think about the implications of all of this. Like, really, what are the implications of all this? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh boy. Also, could you please take the things? Like, do I really have to do this manually? There. Take the stuff. So what are the implications of this? Well, the crafting speed increase going into Mark II is a flat +1 to whatever it was previously. Most of the initial Mark Is have a crafting speed of 1. For the exception here, I see of the Secondary Crusher. Secondary Crusher will go up to 2.5, yeah. It is just a flat Mark I, so that means that the automated screener goes up to 3.5 and then 4. No, it stays... That one stays the same. Okay. Yeah, I think there must be a manual override on the screener. The screener, I think, has a manual override going into the Mark III. But that would mean that there's no point in going up to the Mark III on the automated screener, because the automated screener has the same crafting speed and uses more energy. So that's one issue that I'm seeing here, looking at these. Apparently there's a gen lab. Another thing I'm seeing here is an issue on unlocks. So I don't have Gen Lab Mark 1 yet, and yet I have the Mark 2s and 3s of the Gen Lab. Okay, apparently a retorter is a thing. That must be what you make the Kerogen in. Kerogen processing. That's free! Hey, Kerogen, yeah! Kerrigan, you're awesome. You're free. I would not spend super steel or alloy on Kerrigan. Yeah, this is free. Oh, awesome. Oh, how very awesome. Yeah, no, just say no to spending super alloy. Spend the drill heads. Like, this seems like a very, very good thing. And then, oh my god, so that's free gasoline. And much better crude. Okay, now I know what to discuss in my tutorials at utility science or at purple science. I need to mention, like, hey, if you get up to purple science, you can actually produce crude out of Kerrigan basically just for the cost of drill heads. 100 Kerrigan for 250 crude. So 6 drill heads. That's what I see here. 6 drill heads as the cost for 250 units of crude. I think I might take that. I mean, yes, crude can be also gotten for free through the process of converting tailings and aromatics into crude. I think that might be more efficient than this, but this is another option. Another good option. You could also get natural gas and crude at the same cost. So there's your syngas basically for that as well. Like, oh, okay. That's pretty awesome. Where do you unlock the Mark 1 Gen Lab? At Nanotech. The Mark 1 Gen Lab is unlocked at Nanotech, but the recipes for the Mark 2 through 3 at the very least happen a lot sooner. The question is, where do you unlock the Mark 4s? Mining Machines 4. Yeah, so the Gen Lab 2, 3, and 4 was put into mining machines. Yeah, so that's where all that stuff is going to be. Oh, so happy that we finally get some biotic stuff in the Mark 2 through 4. Really would like to see that Falgi plantation Mark 2 through 4. Any hoozle, after all of that good stuff, what was I working on again? So, last time I was setting up Rayon. And this time I was going to be doing this at scale. Right, that's what I was going to be doing. That at scale. Can you, like, make sure that you send me some, Mark II mixers, please? That would be greatly appreciated as I start making those over here. Way out at the end, getting absolutely nothing. Yeah, you're going to be short on the Circuit 2s. That's what all of the Mark II machines are going to be short on, are the Circuit 2s. Oh, you don't use Circuit 2s. Alright, that's cool. Good old pressure pumps. Good old... I think those are pressure pumps, anyway. What are they, again? Agitators. Ah. Wait, what? I must have been looking at this. No, I was looking here. Yeah, you are the pressure pumps. And you... Yeah, you use these, so you are different than everything else. I am happy that that's that. Okay, well what about the Mark III pressure pump? This is probably a bug, by the way. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So the pressure pump here to here. Steel pipe circuit 1, steel pipe, small parts. Then here, that one's fine. That recipe is fine. It does use a circuit board below everything else, but I mean, they're pressure pumps. I don't think that matters so much. Although, give me some of those. Thanks. I would like some of those. That'd be awesome. Thank you kindly. Oh, you didn't get a request. Oh, I didn't actually... I didn't limit these. Yeah, that would be helpful to actually limit these. Don't need the Mark 1s of anything across the board. Only need the Mark 2s at this point, now that all the stuff has happened, the migrations have happened. Happy Sunday! Sunday. Happy joy. Although today happens to be a very slow stream day. Boy. Yeah, it happens at times. Slow stream days happen. Looks like today happens to be a slow day. Which is slightly unfortunate, because this is the first stream as an affiliate. Would have been nice to have maintained the above 3 for the entirety of the stream, but right now it's just down to 1, which means... yeah, basically just me. Me, myself, and I. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, somehow... I'm glad I fixed the issues for this stream, because I think today could have gone a lot worse if I didn't know how to handle some of this. This would have been 3 hours of replacing machines, which I don't think anyone really wants to see, especially when there should have been a method of avoiding that. And there was, the whole time, ways to avoid it. And, yeah, I'm glad I thought of that. It's like, surely it should be behaving in this very specific way. Like, surely they would have thought about this, and prevented the machines that exist from disappearing on you. But they did anyway. And as it turns out, it's just a file. Didn't end up making it in with the zip file submitted by Pyanodon onto the mod portal. It just wasn't there. It was gone, missing. So, yeah, that is always unfortunate whenever that happens. You, oh! I see. Yeah, that would be a issue that needs fixing. Is it like that on the other end, too? No, it's fine on the other end, it's just there. Alright. Well, that's convenient. Really wanna redo this. Like, completely rethink this. I really need to completely rethink this. because each of these is 40 per second that they're trying to request on the sand, and that's just eating up every single one of my 19,000 Logibots. And I think it's going to continue to eat up every single one of my Logibots going forward. That is a shame. Anyway, so last time, over halfway through the stream now, last time I covered going up and doing carbonyl sulfide at scale, as well as getting raw fiber at scale, as well as some urea going to feed into the Rayon setup here. This time I wanted to get through some sodium carbonate, ammonia, and sulfuric acid at scale. Scale enough only to feed 4 or to feed 10 of these so that I can have a setup capable of scaling up and basically just something I can copy and paste. Like, if I can fit all of this in this amount of space, that would be fantastic, but I doubt it. It will probably need another couple on the side here, but just something I can, like, just grab and paste 3 more times. That is what would be the most ideal here. Okay. Now, last time I did this, which is fine and all, I just need to add in the... Oh gosh, where are my... Alright, as much as I would like to have the mixers on me, I sort of need to have the deep water wells on me. Can I handcraft any? Yeah, I can. I can do one. I want to maintain having these on me. That would be ideal. Oh boy. What do I get rid of now? These can all go away. Don't think I need to hold on to those at this point. Want to hold on to my little particle accelerator. That seems like a handy thing. Get rid of the stone. Yeah, I don't think I need to hold on to this blueprint. I want to make sure it's in the library. Alright, that's gonna have to do for now. You there. Now, previously I had them on this side of things, but I'm thinking about having it on the inside this time. Yeah, I'm gonna have these on the inside. Yeah, that's exactly what I think I want. Because what this will do is it will allow me to do that. That is what it will allow me to do. And then what I can do, kill all of this. Excuse me. No, don't go in there. Be free! There we go. Copy. Must copy. Copy that. Aw, I need to also trim. Trim. trim the stuff. And break this stuff. Really? There we go. Paste all that, and we're good. We are good to go. Oh, we're not quite good to go. We need to do that, and that, and that, and that. And then I need to hook all of this up to good old power. Good old power. Yeah, that works. This works. And we're good. Okay, you should be operating a little bit. And that is fine. You are good. Okay, so this will be, in grand total, 4 yellow belts worth of coal. That's what this will end up being. I will, of course, do... Now, I don't think I want this coal to be available on my network, ever. So I will, of course, also... I will do a trick. This is a trick. Officially known as a trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And the trick is that by loading things into a warehouse, like so, what you are able to do is avoid needing to use belt balancers. You will not need balancers. Flat out. They are not going to be required, because this will evenly balance however many in, however many out for whatever you shove in, which is always greatly appreciated. Now, if I need the space, I can make this a little bit more compact here. If I do need all this space. By going up and then over, I can reclaim some of this. But I'll do that when and if I need it. So what I'm going to do with this coal... That is a really good question. Alright, so this coal, I was going to be converting this into saline water. That is the point. I need my DDCs to do this, and I basically need to copy a setup that I have down here. I think I've already done this somewhere. Somewhere around all this BS. Or have I done... Alright, over here I have coal, I have collagen, I have stuff to feed the collagen, I have you, I have... Ah, right, that's what I did. I'm like, I know I did saline on the Zippier stuff, for the Zippier. Yeah, as it turns out, I did it a little differently. I did it just a little differently. Right. I made a whole bunch of stuff making tar, and then I did the saline separately, so I didn't do it as conveniently as I did of this. This little doohickey. Alright. Well, just copy this little doohickey. Do I want the nextlet part of this? I guess. I mean, I guess I'll take the nextlet part of it. As well. So this will be like 300 something per second on the stuffs. No real rhyme or reason for what orientation it needs to be. So here we go. Don't need any of that stuff. So what exactly is this setup? This setup, I like using... Oh, why did I have to do this? This specific tile. I should have done this one tile over. Oh, that's a little bit of a shame. But I can deal with this just fine because these are yellow belts going out there, and I have red belts, which are twice the throughput, so I can easily do it this way. And that will actually be an evened output, as long as everything here is moving. It's like, well, assuming that all of this is moving, which it should be. All this should be moving. I've also got a whole bunch of space down here, too, to work with. That is fantastic. I am very happy to have space to work with. Very, very happy to have space to work with. My dudes are giving me more red belts. That is awesome. As of the previous stream, Pyanodon had added in, for petroleum handling, these two recipes to give you a lot more transport belts by adding in the rubber-based belts. And what that means is that you're now spending a lot less advanced small parts and a lot less stainless steel for your red belts, which of course you need a lot of. That was one of my complaints, was about just how many small parts you need, specifically for blue belts. It's like, well, you're never really going to do the upgrade to blue belts because it was one super alloy per blue belt on the normal recipe, and I just straight up said, Pyanodon, that's a lot of super alloy. Like, you need a lot of super alloy if you have any intention of ever using blue belts. And this was part of a bigger discussion about super alloy, as a point of reference, specifically about the molybdenum trioxide requirements for super alloy. Those requirements have gone down. I think he halved them or something like that, for the molybdenum trioxide for the super alloy. But still, Pyanodon also had said, made mention of, oh, but you don't really need that much super alloy anyway. And then I proceeded to point out, I was like, okay, well, blue belts. Like, need I say more? Like, oh, you don't need a lot of super alloy. Blue belts. Blue belts. They're a thing that you need a lot of, so. Any hoozles. What is the difference now between the glorious Pump Mark 1, Pump Mark 1, crafting speed 1, Pump Mark 2, crafting speed 2. So instead of needing 2 here, I could just pop down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? This is always a very important thing to do whenever new items have been added. Even if you can craft them, there's not necessarily a guarantee that they're all going to be there. Where's the Mark IIs? Wait a minute. There it is. So, just in case there was a crash by placing down that Mark II. Oh, that's the wrong color, isn't it? Hold up. Where's the Mark I? Alright, so Pyanodon needs to probably update the graphics still on a lot of the thingies here, because my thought is on the pressure pump that this little stripe at the top of the pressure pump could be color coordinated with the mark level of the machine. Just an idea for Pyanodon. The Mark I should have a yellow stripe at the top. The Mark II should be red, then the Mark III should be blue, and the Mark IV should be purple. That sounds like a great way of adding a little bit of differentiation between the buildings. And you probably have this stripe as a separate layer, maybe. That would make it a little bit easier to deal with. I'm assuming that he's just recoloring layers in whatever image slash 3D editor he's using to do these building sprites. So yeah, that's a thing. Work in progress and all that for the Mark II stuff. All a Mark II progress. All a Mark II, 3, and 4 work in progress. Speaking of which... Yeah, gonna look forward to, really gonna look forward to the Mark II, 3, and 4 roboports. That would be, and the charging stations. Yeah, that should be on the agenda too, right, Pyanodon? That would be great if we could get the Mark II, 3, and 4 FB reactors and pulp mills. That would be greatly appreciated, Pyanodon. Anyway, yeah, I am actually very, very happy, very ecstatic about having access to the 2, 3, and 4s on fusion energy buildings. They are used a lot, shall we say. Understatement probably of the century. They are used a lot. Oh, and we've got saline. We've got some saline, we do. We've also got, like, extra tailings to do things with, if we so desire. 1.8. How's these? How are these looking? Pretty darn complete. Excellent. That's good. So these little power setups, are my 2x2, 400-ish megawatts of power. I think it's called like 440, no, 460, something like that. It's over 400 megawatts each that these produce. Just splitting water. That's all it is. It's just the hydrogen part of splitting water and venting the oxygen. I could instead make syngas. And burn syngas, because apparently that is like the best method of making power is oxygen-based syngas. But anyway, yeah, that's this 400-ish megawatts fed completely by internal power from solar panels. it's pretty great. Alright. The saline, which, by the way, needs those. 4 quenching towers, 464 per second on the saline water production. That can go away. How is this routed again? I always forget how this is routed. Where's the saline out? Saline out is there. That's actually fairly convenient, but it goes to the left. I don't want you to the left. I will take you down. So that down here I need evaporators next. Because I don't actually need saline, I need salt. So evaporators are here. Give me my evaporators. 220.5 hours. Cool. Just gotta wait on my evaporators to show up now. Apparently there's yet more updates. Yeah, so it says new version is up for Pyanodon. That should fix the issues that we had at the start of the stream. So now it's apparently fixed on the migration stuff. So migration should all be taken care of. I apparently had these probably the whole time in my inventory, by the way. So fear not if you have yet to do the upgrade. It should be done by now. Ash from used solvent. Cool. I've sort of been looking at vanadium a little bit. And, like, shaking my head in agony at the vanadium chain. But anyway. Anywhoozle, saline, how you doing? One of you can process 230. So I need at least 2 of you. 460 flat. 460 flat. 464 up to, is that... Do I not have more than 320 tar? That is a good question. That I do not know the answer to. That's 320 by itself. Let's ignore the fact that that's slightly over 60, but anyway. And then these process 38. I could probably do this with only 3, not 4. Don't really need those speed modules in these. But that's, yeah, that's easily over 320. If only there was a method of converting cold gas back into tar. Oh, right, you can convert it into syngas and get a little bit of tar back out of it, but it's a really small conversion ratio. It's not that great. This is taking precisely 320. I think I could just add a 5th, actually, here. Can I not add a 5th? I can add a 5th and make sure that I have, like, 500, a bit over 500 saline. And that would be a great... Yeah, that would actually be a pretty great... prospect. Yeah. Do that for me. Now, how does this work with the water? The water is fine to feed 5. Yeah. Yeah. I like this. I like this idea. This idea works. It just works. So that I can plan around like 500. So definitely 3 will work. Let's do that. Do I want to have them here? I don't know. They are here. Oh, that would have been the... Oh, that's a good position. That powers all 3 of them. Excellent. I'm going to... Ugh, I hate the 3 outs, so... yeah, here's the thing about that. Don't like having a prime number? Cheat! Cheat with loaders. Don't like prime? Well, just use loaders. Don't like them prime numbers? Well, too bad. Speaking of prime numbers... Oh, that's a thing. Oh boy, yeah, that's a thing that was not copied. Yeah, that would be better. That explains a lot. Oh boy, this is... Yeah, that's... an issue. There we go. That's it. Now that's a winner. Just as soon as you go right there and place that thing. Excellent. Okay, so that would be all the salt in the planet, which is necessary. My evil plans are nearly complete. You are going to need a lot of sulfuric acid as well. Oh boy. I'm out of coffee. Oh noes! Oh noes, I'm out of coffee. What is with this shenaniganry? I'm out of frickin' coffee. Right, kitty? It sucks being out of coffee. Yeah. Alright, let's continue. Mixer, mixer, everybody loves the mixers. I will love the Mixer Mark IIs as well, that would be great. That would be great! Fantastic! Oh hey, I have 4 of them. Cool. Bring them to me. Bring me all of them. I got pinged. What's this? Is this max rate calculator? No, this is actual craft time. I am getting pinged on Discord. Can I please, Yes, the molybdenum got halved. Yes, it did. Streaming right now, by the way. So, let's see. Mixers are on their way. Streaming for the remainder of the hour. Oh, still waiting on centrifuges. Okay. Sure. Yes, I know about the molybdenum trioxide. Can I, like... How do I, like, mute home? Like, direct messages. I just need to, like, mute all direct messages while streaming. That would be great. In fact, you know what? Do not disturb. Will that be a thing? And I do discuss that on that stream. In fact, Pyanodon made updates during that stream. Yeah, so Immortal Sniper is discussing with me through Discord, just pointed out the super steel recipe discussion that I was having the other day about the molybdenum requirements for that. They've since changed because of that discussion. That was last Sunday, I do believe, that discussion. So sort of surprised Pyanodon hasn't showed up to this stream in particular. He usually does show up on Sundays, but we shall see. He's quite busy, I think, right now, actually, coding the mods, so I will forgive this day. Have you brought these yet? What the hell? I have one. Okay. Mark II! It is red. Excellent. Mark II exists. That will help save on some space. You. Okay, one of you can do 5 per second, converting into 0.5. Oh boy, what was the numbers on this again? Did I actually make note of this at some point? I don't think I made note of this. I don't think I actually... no, I didn't... Why did I not make notes? Hello, Immortal Sniper. I am just continuing a rather large Rayon setup right now. After spending an hour this morning with all the migration stuff. Your math to save time. Well, is your math without beacons? Because I'm not at beacons yet. Because I know a lot of your setups are beaconed setups. So let's see here. Beaconed and moduled setups. Just raw in and out. Okay. But again, here I'm using Mark 1 productivity modules on the output of the Rayon. So what my targets here, I've already got my target for fiber and my target for the urea at the Rayon step. And I've got my carbonyl sulfide. I'm working on the carbonate. Yeah, I'm working on the 3.3 carbonate. I've got machines out here as well. Now the actual carbonate has for productivity modules, because you could actually productivity module the carbonate. So to do this, I'm looking at 3 on the sulfate, which means 3 on the bisulfate as well. So 3 on the bisulfate, so 6 Mark II mixers. 6 Mark II mixers, and 300 sulfuric. 300 sulfuric, okay. I'm gonna cut and paste this a little bit closer. Please don't steal my things. Thank you. They almost stole my stuff. I don't care about it being lighter on salt. It's more expensive on straight Coke, right? I mean, I'm only gonna do the slacked lime recipe if the overall Coke consumption in comparison is lower. That would be the only reason to do that. Because I've already set up saline. Like, I've just set up 500 some odd saline. 500-ish saline. Or 50-ish salt. Around 50 salt. Sadly, you can't do that because of loops, but yeah, I've already gotten like 50 salt. So you can do this. I don't use Helmod or Factory Planner because I use actual craft time. I don't do those types of plans. So, like, that eliminates an entire aspect that is the point of the game by using those mods, and frankly, Helmod has an awful UI, and I'm not going to bother learning it. And it can't handle loops either. Helmod just does not handle loops. So the alternative recipe... What building even is the alternative recipe? Is it chem plant? Yes, here. So you're saying to use the the recipe from the hydroxide, right? And to do the hydroxide from the slacked lime loop, yes? That's what you're basing your math on, yeah. Which the slacked lime loop for getting for dedicating your sodium hydroxide out of salt and slacked lime, you're saying it uses overall less salt compared to the amount of salt that you use for the sodium bicarb into the sulfate. Yeah? That's what I'm getting out of this, is that it's less overall salt by getting your sodium hydroxide from salt and slacked versus this. I think I have done that. Yeah, much less salt. I've done that. I know that it's less salt, but the slacked lime loop, you get back some limestone, but spending slacked lime is a fair amount of flat coke in. It's a fair amount of flat coke in. 15 coke per lime, or per 10 lime. Why do I not have these bring me Mark II furnaces? 40% less salt. In which case... So, my build here is designed... Like, I'm designing to not have to rely on my robots here. So I want like a enclosed belt-based system to not use robots for much of the inputs. The only inputs that the robots are going to be doing are stuff for lamps, like lamps for the kick alkalines, and then the overall output of the actual Rayon. Like the actual Rayon will be on the network at the end, and then the lamps are going to be basically the only input. I want to try to avoid any bringing in of coal, coke, sand, soil, urea, any of the like higher amount type stuff. That is the point. 40% of the salt required from the other way. Yeah, so this route from Slack to Lime is 40% less salt, but how much coke is the question. That is like the major sticking point, because okay, I could scale this back 40% and use the remaining coal into coke through red hot coke processing, which that would of course involve killing the extra coal dust or doing something to the extra coal dust. It's a more complex system because then you have to also bring in soil extractors to get extra limestone, extra deep water wells for the water, high pressure furnaces for the lime from limestone. You have to input priority the output of the lime from the slacked lime loop. You need whatever extra thing to convert your lime to slacked lime. Extra water, I guess, for the lime to slacked lime. And it's a 1 into 10 on the slacked lime. Where's the, and then what building, let's see, what building is that in? Figured it was here. So, let's see. 3 out, yes? 3 out. I take it this isn't going to use... Oh! That's the key. Okay. So here's a key difference between these two systems. See, this can use productivity modules to make this. This can use productivity modules. Yeah, bingo. That's the key. I mean, I only have the Mark 1 or the level 1 productivity module, so really it's only 12% of a difference here at this point in time. But oh, as I get the other modules, that will improve a lot. Still, 20 chem plants. All right, so I need space for 20 chem plants. I need 27 and a half for all intents and purposes, plus the sulfuric. This is also a savings of like 12 and a half sulfuric per second. And you don't have to deal with the any hydrogen chloride, period. At the end of it. That's why I would also do this path, is if I want hydrogen chloride for free-ish. Do have to deal with the water. %, less overall coke. Okay. Yeah, that's true as well. So 27 and a half, though. Okay. What scale is this gonna be? I think I already checked. Oh. And this step. Right. Right. So, that would explain this loop. Is this giving you more limestone as well? You void extra limestone. So you're saying that you don't even have to... So you're saying that this amount of limestone is going to give you that amount of slacked lime? More than that amount of slacked lime? Is it a... It's a 10 to 1 on limestone to lime? Something like that? What's the ratio limestone to lime? It's perfect without productivity. See, I didn't realize even that it was perfect. I thought you had to still bring limestone in. It is a 1-to-1. Huh. 1 limestone per lime. 1 limestone per lime. Yeah, and then it's 10 slacked per limestone is what that means. So yeah, this is fine. It is a perfect... It is perfect. You need limestone to kick it into moving, though. Now, there was a... Like, I'm okay with voiding excess limestone. That's easy enough to handle. That's easy enough. I will gladly take my 12% extra sodium hydroxide. So 27 chem plants for NaOH. 2475 salt. 2475 salt. Guess I can break that. Well, oh well. Sort of wanted to have a use for my mixer, but guess that's not happening. Dang. Okay. Alright. Oh, I guess I should do this one and this one and then break these. Hey. Stupid thing stealing my stuff. That'll work. Yeah, 200 some odd. I can get rid of some of this. I can get rid of... I think I need slightly more than half. So I can scale down to... I think 3? Or 3. Can't go down to 2, have to have 3. Break that. And that. Yeah, that is good. This also means a little bit less tailings overall by doing this, but let's see. I need to kill these. Yeah, stuff and things. Send out some of that. Do I really need to hold on to these pans? No. Nor these Mark 1 pumps, nor these thickeners. I swear I'm still going to... Pyanodon, you made an interesting decision on the thickener icon. It's just too similar at a glance to the Tholen atmospheric extractors. I know it's that the Tholen atmospheric extractors is 4 horizontal lines downward, but all I see are lines, radial lines when you glance at the thing. It's a sun with 4 rays of light going outward on the Tholen atmospheric extractor, but all I see is just vertical lines. It's 3 vertical circular lines, but all I see is just lines. When did the icons change? Today. Today, the icons changed when releasing the Mark 1, 2, 3, and 4 versions of all of the Pi Fusion Energy machines. All of the icons updated with it. For the exception of, like, the phytoplankton farm, and I think also for the exception of the bio lab, but anyway, actually, you need to continue to exist. But you can go away. Could use this space. Really could use this space for other things. I guess. I am going to need... Have you brought me those? Yes, you have. Good. I need you to bring me my boffs. I'm pretty sure I don't have boffs on me. Take that stuff. And that. Lime, ash, and lithium peroxide are similar. Yeah. Really, lithium peroxide. I don't think I'm doing any lithium. I'm not doing any lithium yet. I'm not at that point, sadly. Yeah, because I'm not doing my control units yet. In particular. I will, though, when I start truly getting into production science packs. I'll need to do that. Because really, that's the only thing I'll be using them for, are purple science. Still going to be targeting that 1 purple science per second. That is what I ultimately plan on. That's what I'm doing this Rayon for. For reference, to anyone else that will watch this video at some point, the whole point of setting up the Rayon at scale is so that I have enough Rayon to do particle acceleration for initially for diamonds, maybe. Although Pyanodon did sort of double the diamond output as well. Doubled the amount of diamonds you get at the washing step, which is fantastic. Yes, the Rayon will be needed for batteries, and I'll need batteries because you need a lot of laser turrets for the laser modules for later on, but that never made sense, by the way. Why the hell are you gonna... You make a laser turret, and then you proceed to destroy the laser turret to get a component of the laser turret. What? Surely you could just make the component without the turret? Why? Like, what? I guess we could maybe explain it as we're not... We can explain this as you you are unlocking technology, but you aren't the one that actually fully understands the technology. So, say you've unlocked this ability, it's not that you are understanding or comprehending of it, it's that you have literally unlocked it as a thing to happen. I don't know. Anyway, have you sent me these? Yes, you have. The next thing I need is the quenching. Good old quenching towers, and I do hope I have a lot of burners. I mean, I have a lot of burners. Just point of reference, I'm going to be using a lot of these burners. Like, these are going to be in use. Actually, no, it's not the burners necessarily. Do I want to... I guess that's the next question, is do I want to do... Because either way I need to get rid of the coal dust, right? Either way, since I'm doing this red hot coke from coal, I will need to deal with the coal dust that is coming out of it. Now, you can void it by doing what I'm doing down here. Basically just doing a boiler line with that ultimately hooks up into tailings pond. That will void coal dust by converting it into steam and then voiding the steam. But there's the alternative of using it to make a little bit of syngas, and then you can like void the syngas if you don't need the syngas. And that ends up giving you a little bit of ash as well to get rid of. But yeah, coal dust, it has a few recipes. It has a few ways of using it. You can make silicon out of it as well. It does get used in gold. Yeah, it's the syngas. So yeah, I'm doing this on my when I very first set up Red Hot Coke a very long time ago, and I actually was mining a patch of coal much earlier in the game before I set up. This was my very first at scale mushroom plantation setup. You can see it was before I started doing the warehouse thing. Which again, wasn't that you that said do the warehouse thing to avoid having to do bouncers like this? You, Immortal Sniper, I think it was you. But yeah, I did the syngas thing here, and I put the syngas on my network. It's just... I didn't like doing this because it is a lot of coal dust per... like, for the syngas on the output. It's a lot. This is just a gasifier, by the way, to do that recipe. Like, the actual ratio here, that's really bad. Like, that's really bad. But it is a very easy way of clearing coal dust, I have to say. It is a good way of clearing coal dust, very space-efficient way of clearing coal dust. You learned it from some Angels Bobs person. Right, yeah, that would make sense, because Angels' warehouses are huge. And that would be great for an Angel game, actually. Doing that would be great for an Angel game. I still do enjoy Angel's balance. I don't really enjoy as much else. Oh, right, I need to grab, or I don't enjoy the, like, the amount of aluminium at the end of Angel's games. Angel's playthroughs. Like, once you've gotten to the point where you're launching rockets, especially if you're using space extension, because I've beaten it twice. I actually was dumb enough to do that twice. Once on my own time and then once streaming it to do an ABX game. And yeah, just the amount of sodium hydroxide at the end game that you need and the amount of aluminium plates that you need at the end game, specifically for low density structures, is just insane. And you need the sodium hydroxide to feed the aluminium as well, which is another part of the pain. And just the scale that you need for the science that you need is just bleh. It's a lot of it's a lot of copy paste. It's a lot of copy paste. And that's the biggest weakness, I would say. Anyway, hey, we've got I'm gonna have another big chest of Nextlet, just for reference, from this. Another chest of Nextlet. Not even doing the more advanced processes, just like, hey, I've got however much I need. Alright. Have I these yet? Yes, I do. So... And then we again get into the issue here of the ratios. So... Yeah, about the ratios of Red Hot Coke. Let's see, this is 36 to 25? Or 20... Yeah, 36 to 25 at Mark 1 and Mark 2, and then it goes to 27 to 25 at Mark 3, and then 144 to 175 at Mark 4. Specifically what I'm referring to with this is Red Hot Coke there, and then basic oxygen furnace here to make the Red Hot Coke. So, this ratio is insanity. It's 36 BOFs to 25 of these. So see how it's 60 out on the Red Hot? So it's 240 coal in to 400 coke out is the actual ratio of this. And that is I'm pretty sure that's the lowest common denominators for these. So it really is 36 to 25. That's just insanity. There are some that are close enough, I think. I have to find the close enough to 1-to-1 point on these. I think it's like way down. Let's see. I mean, 5 to 4.8, that's pretty close, and that's why all of my setups have been a 3-2 whenever I do this here. That's why I have this set up, because it's close enough. It overproduces on the Red Hot compared to what you need. That's why I prefer the 3-2, and it only uses 20 coal per second each. Right, that's right. And it's not technically 20 either, because it is like a close enough type of thing. It's less than that, because you're only doing the 4.8. And yeah, the power usage does change because you're using Mark II buildings. So you also have to take into account the fuel, the amount of coal that'll be going in as fuel by default. So I could say effectively it is 20 into 5 or 20 into 4.8 if we take into account the fuel. We can just make that like as a What's this? No! But the inserters are going to insert the coal into the fuel thing anyway. On the BOF. I know you should use the coke, but still. What do you mean it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other's 1, 2, 3, 4.5? Craft. Oh, like the power draw for crafting? Well, either way, that's getting to the point where I've already gotten to the point of Oh, I guess I need to, like, put you there. Of accepting this as it is. Machine speed. Right. The Mark 1 and the Mark 2 matches between them at Mark 1 and Mark 2, and it does change at Mark 3 and Mark 4. That's when the effects are most pronounced between the two, because they scale their crafting speed differently between the quenching tower. We see here crafting speed 1 goes up to crafting speed 2, and then crafting speed 3 here, whereas the BOF goes from 0.5 to 1 to 2, 0.5 to 1 to 2. So this one's doubling each time. And then I think the Mark 4 is... Yeah, or if the Mark 4 is, apparently you're saying 4.5? No, it should be I think it's 2.5 actually at the Mark 4 or something like that, or 3, 4. I don't know. I don't know. I've looked at it before. It's the exact ratios are 3625, 3625, 2725, 144, 175. So at Mark 3, it actually goes to be pretty close to 1-to-1 by default at 2725. The Mark 4, though, sort of reverses. It reverses things. It becomes 144 to 175. So the actual ratio reverses at Mark 4 because of the crafting speed differences. Anyway, I want to actually set this up now. I can just copy from here. Oh, right, and then what are you, like, doing with the coke oven? I just void it. I just void my coke oven. Oh yeah, and I also have to deal with the stupid, steam. Right, we need steam too. On top of everything else, we also need steam. Yeah, that's right. I somewhat forgot about that. I somewhat forgot about the steam. And the coke oven gas, for that matter, but anyway. Steam, steam, glorious steam. Right. I kept these separate for a reason. This is more in than out, yes? Yes, this is more in than out. God, that's another thing that needs to be adjusted about this system. It's like... It should be a closed water loop, but it's not. You need water in here, and then you get steam in here. This doesn't give you enough steam to feel it at ratio. Yeah, it's more in, which means you need to produce steam in any amounts. You can use the, some of the coal dust for that, actually. I think I'll do that. I'll kickstart the system, and then I'll switch to some of the coal dust to feed the steam. This is what, 200 steam? How much, by the way, I'm just building this. Yeah, use valves. That's what I'm planning. That's what I absolutely am going to do here. I will actually hook this up into one because it'll be fine if it is supplied with an underflow valve. should be fine. Shouldn't have that issue. Oh, I don't need that. Coke oven gas. Right, this was another thing that was possible. This is another possibility. You can get a lot of ash out of this. And some syngas. I just prefer avoiding it. I usually don't need the syngas. Ah, and then it has a fuel value. So you can, it has a fuel value of a megajoule. Oh! Yeah, that can help, too. You can do an oil burner. And burn this in an oil burner to get steam. But isn't that will be a lot, and you're still going to have to overflow. Because I have to keep this moving either way, I'm going to have to overflow valve, vent, extra coke oven gas, even if I do that. And again, I'm trying to fit this in a space. I'm trying to fit this all in a specific amount of space here. Question is, do I even have 20 spare? I think I do. I absolutely do. Just for reference, I absolutely should. Absolutely should have that spare. 20. Thinking about how much of the saline into salt I actually need. Alright, and I need to pull in, clearly, my boilers. I only have like 10 minutes left in my stream time for today. Oh, I have some boilers. Do I have, I don't have tailings ponds. Give me the tailings ponds, please. I should have plenty of those. They're gonna send me 50, as if I need 50. You are dust, you are coal. Oh, that's a... Ah, okay. Okay, that is not good. I need that copied. Yeah. That's my filter for the dust and the coal. Or the coke, I should say. Yeah, I'm just going to pretty much leave that all as is. I need you, and you. Wait. 3 fast inserters is not going to move 20 per second, I don't think. So you'll use stacks. Stacks should work. It's not going to move because it doesn't have the steam yet. So boilers. Boilers need to boil. Am I carrying around? I am carrying around underflows. That's great. 200 over 64. Okay. 3.33. You. There. Pipe. Underflow. This, of course, will be fed by something else. In fact, I'm going to cut it paste it a little bit further away. Initially, I will feed in the seed of the coal. Coal will be the seed, and then I will feed it in extra coal dust. You extend out one more. Actually get to use more of my Mark II pressure pumps. How much pressure do I need? 120. These do... I need 3. 3 will work. Doink, doink, doink. Three! The joys of new mark levels. Did you do oven gas to steam math? No. Not necessarily going to, because it's just going to add a lot more space when I can just vent it. I don't need to be that efficient. I don't need to use 100% of it. Of all the outputs and such. And then you also need the water. Sometimes complete and full efficiency just isn't required. Let's see. You are better off here. And you will split priority left. And this is how these will get their primary source for the excess. There we go. You need to move one over. Right. You there. Oh boy, I actually made it to the mute button in time. Yeah, kitty? Kitty just meowed at me. I don't need that, actually, there, so this is fine. And then you... some other thing. Are you the, trying to think of how this is getting its coke. Right, where are you? Where do you send your coke? Your coke. I think I need to... Yeah, I need to have a little bit going in here. Now this was supposed to go with ash or whatever output. This was a voiding spot. Bring that down, and we're good now. We are good. That is that. Next. In the last 2 minutes. in the last 2 minutes, I get to cut this and set it up right here. And then do that, power, gas vent, power, and then ash out. Kitty, please don't. Kitty is wanting to walk right in front of my screen. Yeah, go the other way. Thank you. Kitty has left. That will take all the excess, or at least some of the excess. How much is it on the output? Only 8. So that's fine. That will take care of that. So, just to wrap things up here for the day, what have we done? Honestly, not as much as I would like because of all of the, like, messiness involving the migration into the Mark II through 4 Pi Fusion Energy stuff. It's a thing that has happened that is much appreciated, but it did bring about with it a fair amount of extra complications. We spent about an hour just clearing up some of the issues, getting to the point where I could just set up some Mark II stuff here. It looks like I do have non-zero amounts of Mark II buildings, various Mark II buildings, except this one for some reason. What are you, like, missing here? The Mark 1s. Well, what are you missing on the Mark 1s? Engine units. I don't know why you're missing engine units. I guess a lot of stuff needs engines right now, and I don't have quite the Duralumin output for it, but anyway. With that, all the brand new Mark 1 stuff is in, has been successfully replaced. All the Mark 2 stuff is in. First ones being used are the Mark II pressure pumps. Slowly making our way through and getting Rayon at scale, setting up a different plan here, which is a slacked lime loop for sodium hydroxide to feed into sodium sulfate for sodium carbonate. That will be used on the Rayon line. And let us not forget that in the end, this entire 4x4, which I'm assuming will all fit, everything that I need will fit in this 4x4. The entire 4x4 will end up being multiplied up to 4 of it. So 3 extra ones will be added in the end to give me 40 pulp mills that will ideally all have the proper amount of thingies in them. But yeah, so unfortunately we've reached the end. That is all for today. I have the... What did I get done today? I did set up saline into salt, so I did get salt set up, and I have gotten efficient coke to feed into the slacked lime loop. This is ultimately going to be a fair amount of coke, just for reference. It's going to be a fair amount of coke. I don't even know if what I'm producing here is going to be enough coke. Kitty, please no. Let me wrap up first, Kitty. It is enough coke. It will ideally, hopefully, be enough coke. Otherwise, I just have to make more. But with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. I'm an affiliate now. I am an affiliate now. Thank everyone for watching throughout this entire journey. I hope to see you all on the next stream on Tuesday. If you're watching the on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell as the kitty tries to make his way up on my lap. And if you're so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 1 from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat. Visit my website at otakushowboat.com. Become a patron on patreon.com/otakushowboat. And help support Pyanodon at patreon.com/Pyanodon. I will see you all on the next one. The tutorial going live today is the aluminium one. Look forward to that later on this particular day of this stream. Otherwise, the next one that you will probably be seeing will be the titanium one. Yeah, because that one will be next. I will see you all on the next stream.